Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today I want to talk a little bit about matcha green tea because it is something I use daily and I cannot tell you enough how much I love this not invention but this green tea form of tea. So recently when I was doing some research about cold pressed juice, and one of the vendor that was mixing the type of cold pressed juice, they put matcha in one of their drinks. So I was curious because I wanted to know all the health properties and how matcha green tea is in general, and why would they mix it in a cold pressed juice. I always heard of matcha and I know it's a form of green tea, but I didn't know much about it. So I did some research, and what I gathered was that matcha green tea is basically green tea leaves that's ground up, but they take the like the young green tea leaf, and the way they grow it is very specific. They have like shades to cover so it's not too exposed to sun, and the way they harvest it is there's like all sorts of specialties go into it, and the best form there is from Japan, which is also where they invent this form of green tea. So they would take the young green tea and then go through their process and ground it up into a fine powder, and what you do is then you would just mix that fine powder with hot water, and that's how you consume it. However, because they ground up, the concentrations of that matcha green tea versus the regular green tea is 1 to 10. So if you have a cup of matcha green tea, it's an equivalent of 10 cups of green tea that you consume. So you can also see that the nutritional value is also tenfold, but it's actually even better than drinking green tea because you consume the whole tea leaf, which often get discarded with the tea leaf when you just have a regular green tea. So you get a lot more nutrients out of it per se, and the more I read about it, the more I'm fascinating with this product. And when I was doing the research, I was in Asia, I couldn't access to it, and then I got to Canada, and the first thing I did was buy matcha green tea, and I had it and it was just amazing. I noticed right away the difference it make in my day. So its famous property is basically to keep you alert. I love coffee, so I wouldn't give up coffee, but I also drink it with coffee because I'm just a coffee addict. I love caffeine. I love everything that gives me energy, even though I naturally have a lot of energy. But I'm using green tea as the second resource because when coffee, I couldn't drink it after a certain period of time. There's just too much caffeine for me. I use matcha green tea as a second alternative. I know that I'm crashing, I can't focus on my work, then I would go for the matcha green tea. So the reason for this video in general was that yesterday I had like kind of a bad sleep for the past couple of days because I didn't sleep properly. I slept past 12 or I slept really late, so I was feeling so bad in the morning, and yesterday per se I was crashing at like around 11 a.m. and that's ridiculous because I just woke up and I went to the gym and everything. I shouldn't be crashing, right? I should be having energy, and also I already had my coffee and everything, and it was just not working. And then one of the things I noticed when I'm tired is I eat a lot. I eat like crazy. I would have breakfast, lunch, and snack, and then another snack in the span of like 2.5 hours. And then I was still hungry. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot do this. So I'm like, oh, let's go grab some matcha green tea because I know it's always helping me with energies and kind of give me that kick. So then I made myself a cup of matcha green tea and drink it right away. I was alert. I was very happy. I was alert and I wasn't hungry anymore, and I was able to focus on my work for a few hours, like constantly. And I still ate after that, but it wasn't something that I'm like, oh, I can't focus, I just want food, because I know naturally when your body is tired, you just want food, which is why sometimes you notice late at night you're just craving food because your body's telling you you're tired, you should be going to sleep, but instead you're feeling hungry. So that could be one of the reason why that I was so hungry, because I was crashing, right? So I had the matcha green tea and it was just like amazing. I'm like, okay, I must share this. I know people probably know that matcha's green tea is good for you, but they probably don't know to what extent. So I'm trying to reinforce that point and bring out that awareness that a lot more people just need to get on this wagon. It's just so amazing. It's way better than coffee, because you don't drink then crash. You drink the matcha green tea and you have energy kind of constant throughout the day, and you don't get that jittery feelings. So it's amazing for you. And I haven't even mentioned the like the health benefit that's come with it. So before I get on with its benefit, I want to show you guys a little bit of how I make it in general. So I usually have a very large cup. So this is my super size cup. I know it's very large, but I don't have any other bowl that's appropriate for this. And then on Amazon they were selling the bowl to make this matcha green tea, like the proper matcha green tea bowl online, and it was like $30. Like, no, I just want a big cup at home, thank you. So I got this very large cup. At first when I had it, I didn't know how to make it, and I would just like scoop it in and then stir it. I'm like, that tastes so bad, and I couldn't drink it. And then I kind of did some research and learned how to make them properly. So you need something a little bit bigger because you need to mix them. And then the matcha I got is from Amazon, and this one is from Kiss Me Organic. So it looks like this. It's very popular on Amazon, and it is organic, and it is from Japan, which is the preferred one, because Japan is the inventor. Japanese is the inventors of this form of drink. So, and they put a lot more care in the way they grow it. I just trust that source. And I get a lot actually for this 113 gram. I got about, like, I've been using it for over a month or two, and I don't have it every single day. I try to, but you don't need very much. So this gives me, like, I would say this is a 2-month supply. Even though this looks small, it's a little pricey. I don't remember the exact price, but it was in the range of $30 or so, which is pricey, but it's worth it given it's like 2 months of supplies, you know, like take it by days. I mean, it's not that bad, and you just need this. Like, this make all of the world of difference. And then I was just trying to mix it with regular spoon and regular cups, and it just kind of didn't do the trick. I'm like, oh, it's not dissolving, and I just feel like I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it properly. So I did go get a set that come with this like scooper thing. This is like this wooden scooper. It's very proper. It's also from Japan, and they have this and this mixer thing that's come together as a set, and also a bag of this, not this exact brand but their own brand, and I got that for about like $40, like the 100 gram type of this as well. So it was a pretty good deal in terms of you get the set and then you also get the matcha green tea. And I just feel like I'm doing the right thing by using the proper tools. But you don't really need a proper tools, you just kind of need a spoon. So you can just do with like a teaspoon, just do like half of the teaspoon, and then like just stir it if you have like some sort of other whisk, and just whisk it. And I also attach a video how I make it, and you just need to scoop 2 of these wooden thing, and you just kind of scoop 2 of that, pour it in your cup, and then you just have this whisking, and you just whisk them and then pour in the desired water. I just like a lot of water in mine because sometimes when it's too strong I felt it's too bitter, so I just put a lot more water and I couldn't really taste it. So that's my spiel about what I use, etc. For those of you who want to cut out caffeine, this is, I guarantee you, this is a definite the best source of caffeine alternative. So for about 2 scoops of that, it's about 35 milligrams of caffeine, and your regular 8 ounces of coffee is approximately 95 milligrams of caffeine content. So give or take is about a third. And I want to tell you my experience when I drink coffee, unless I'm absolutely exhausted, but if just a regular day and I drink coffee around 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, I can't really sleep at night. Like my night just go a lot further into the night. So I try to not drink coffee after 12. However, for matcha green tea, I wasn't very careful with it at all. I just drank it whenever I feel like it, whenever I feel like I'm a little bit low on energy and then I want to drink something or want to eat something, then I go for matcha green tea. And my experience, I can tell you right now, it's 3 o'clock, so this is the usual time I drink it, and I have no problem going to sleep. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, it has about a third of the caffeine content. It doesn't affect me. However, it is recommended that you do drink it in the morning or early afternoon, just to avoid that altogether for somebody who's a little bit more sensitive to caffeine content. And I also want to touch on, it's very important, want to touch on the hot water that you use to make this matcha green tea. I have came across this information a while back and it's just kind of in the back of my mind, so I try not to do that with me because now I'm aware with my drinks, now that I'm aware. So hot water, when it's boiled, as we all know, is about 100 degrees Celsius, and that's very, very hot, right? And if you use that with certain things, nutrients and vitamins could also get killed in the process. So of course there should be more study, but there are some studies have shown that if you boil vegetables, like let's say your broccoli or your spinach, the nutritional values in it actually went down, or like you lost a bunch of it. So it's the best form to cook is actually steaming, and that's applied to our tea as well, as these nutrients are very sensitive to heat, as also when they grow this tea, they were very careful to have it in the shade and everything. So what I'm trying to get at is that don't use too hot of hot water. So regular after you boil is about 100 degrees Celsius. The recommended temperature is about 80 degrees Celsius to make this matcha green tea, because that doesn't mess up the flavor. And also back to the point that I discovered and to get to 80 degrees Celsius, the easiest way is to boil your water and wait about 3 to 5 minutes, and that's about the heat that you should have with your tea. Me, sometimes I even go lower, but that is should be your maximum heat with this tea, just to avoid that altogether, because the ingredient is super expensive and we want to get the best nutritional value out of it, and may as well follow the step properly. And like that amount of heat still dissolve it. You can, like, it doesn't dissolve all the way, like I can still feel it because I don't drink everything in one chug. I kind of mix it and then zip it kind of along the way, and at the end I do see some lumps. But you know, if you drink it like in one drink, then you wouldn't feel it. But I do put a lot of water in mine just to dilute the taste. I want to bring that back to you, like just to make sure, because the taste, if you're not used to these kind of, you're used to the sweet matcha that they have like a tiny bit of powder, kind of say this called matcha. Very, very different. This is very bitter. It's not like a sweet drink at all, but it's so recommended that you should get used to this taste if you like green tea with no like added sugar, and then it's just like plain green tea. This is kind of pentafles of the flavor. It's very vibrant and green. It's very healthy. It has no sweetness. It's just very different. So you are warned that the taste is very different, very more on the healthy side, but you definitely need to get this in your diet. Okay, with me blabbing on about what I think about it, let's get on to a little bit more of the benefits of the matcha green tea in general, and why this is so highly recommended to you. So it is considered to have one of the most antioxidant concentrations among the superfood. It's not, I can't clearly state that it is the most, but it has among the most. And some of the superfood, we have spinach, blueberry, broccoli, pomegranate. So all those are considered superfood. And we have the antioxidant. If you are new to this term, you probably heard it 1,000 times with all these cosmetic products that they have antioxidant, etc., etc. So what it is exactly is almost like a fuel to your body to fight all the damage things that happen caused by chemical pollutions and some sort of any type of reaction, toxin that your body encounter, and it's called free radicals. So your body needs something like antioxidant to fight off that, and the more you have, the better. And antioxidant is being used, overly used, in the aging process, that you can like restore, etc. So that's why, because let's say you get sun damage and then your skin is trying to repair itself, then antioxidant would be what your body needs to repair, right? So to keep everything kind of in good working health. And one of the most thought after, or in my opinion, the most important, is that not just regular damage, but also DNA damage. So for example, cancer, that's DNA damage, right? So when body tries to repair it in you, the more you have in terms of antioxidant, the better it fight. So it is considered to be an anti-cancer fighting type of food. I can tell you is that they have done research, and this proved to have among all the superfoods is one of the highest antioxidant content. So if you can take it in a form of drinks every day, then why not try it, because it's just so good for you. So that's one big benefit. And second big benefit is that it's aid with weight loss, and there has study looking into the facts that it's really by consuming this matcha green tea, it helped with the metabolism rate, and it's helped you burn energy faster, up to 4 times. So for those of you who are looking to have this extra kick to your weight loss journey, highly recommended. Very easy to consume, very easy to make every day, to incorporate into your everyday life. You can even eliminate tea or coffee and just put this in, and you're on your way. Third, I have spoken a bit in the beginning about how it gives you energy. Yes, this because of the caffeine content, it gives you energy, but also the natural ingredient in this matcha green tea itself, the combination of the two, it gives you this constant energy without all the jitter. And this is what the monk back in Japan for over 1,000 years ago, this is when this discovered monk back then, they just sit for a long period of time to meditate, and they would need something to kind of keep alert, like they don't want to fall asleep, but they want to keep that awareness in their body, and this is what they use. And for thousands of years this has been in the Japanese practice, and now we starting to encounter its benefit. And I can tell you that yes, it's give the alert without the jitteriness, and it's very good for your concentration and everything. So those are the 3 big one. And one more thing that people also look into its benefit is its vibrant green color help you detox the toxins. So anything in your body that it's bad, it help you flush that out quickly. So those 4 points is really what make this matcha green tea so great, and you definitely need to try it out if you want to stay on the healthy side. If you want to take care of your body, this is how you can start. And that is all from me today, talking about this matcha green tea. I just want to share a little bit of my journey of trying to be healthy, and this is one of the way I do it, and I do encourage you to do the same as well. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, comment below if you have anything to tell me, and subscribe to this channel because I will try to bring more videos to this channel that related to health, anything that kind of help you to live just a little bit better. So that is all from me. Thank you again for tuning in. Until next time, bye bye.